What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Fabrizio Romano, the world-renowned journalist who is reporting very accurately on transfer news, has talked about Liverpool and their plans for the January transfer window and whether they will sign a centre-back. And he talked about David Alaba as well. So I'm really excited to bring you this news. Liverpool are trying to sign David Alaba as a free agent in the summer. He is of course free to negotiate with any foreign clubs because his contract runs out at the end of the season. And by the way, Bayern Munich lost yesterday from 2-0 up. They lost to Borussia Mönchengladbach away from home 3-2. They are still first in the Bundesliga, but if Leipzig beat Dortmund, they will be second. And David Alaba wasn't really at fault for any of the goals. I watched the highlights. So let me know guys, do you think we should tempt Bayern Munich with a 10-15 million pound offer in the January transfer window to bring in David Alaba right now, or is it fine to wait until the summer? I'm still convinced that Liverpool need a centre-back right now, and let's dive into it. But first, let me know if you enjoy these transfer news episodes by leaving a like, and let me know where are you watching from in the comments below. So, do you think Liverpool will be in the market this month? That was the question put to Fabrizio Romano. So Jurgen Klopp said, and I think he's being honest, and it's not usual for a manager, but he has been honest, just because they will like a centre-back for sure. They need a centre-back, as you say, because of many injuries. But you know, a lot of players are like worried. I'm joining Liverpool. I got there I played there for 2 months. I then play, and then Virgil van Dijk is back. The stars are back. Joel Matip and other players, Joe Gomez, and then I'm not playing. I'm on the bench for the next season and everything. You mentioned some names. For sure, Kabak has been scouted, but also Botman has been scouted. About Botman, we heard a lot of talks about possible medicals and something, but it's absolutely not true at the moment. For sure, Liverpool appreciate the player, but they have not done anything with the manager, the player, the agent, or with the club, with Lille in this case. Liverpool are among 5 clubs trying for David Alaba. They want to sign him, but Real Madrid are leading the race, so it's difficult in this moment. But Liverpool is trying, and this is what they mean when they say we want to do something interesting, good opportunities, because in this market it is so difficult to do what Chelsea did, for example, last summer. It is easier to go for good opportunities, and David Alaba definitely is a good opportunity, and Liverpool are trying to sign him, but they are one of many clubs, one of 5 clubs trying to sign David Alaba. And I think it would make sense for Liverpool to go for him in the January transfer window, because to cut in front of everybody with a 10-15 million pound offer, just to see whether Bayern Munich would let Alaba go. And I'm sure that Alaba would love to play for Liverpool. His wage demands might be the concern, but I think with David Alaba, if he comes in January, we are almost guaranteed to win the Premier League title, because that instantly shores up the defensive problems. And I think going forward, Liverpool are still one of the most potent teams in the Premier League. So I think that would guarantee the Premier League title, and it would give us a real chance to win the Champions League this season as well. Isn't that worth 10-15 million pounds? I'm sure it is. Fabrizio Romano also talked about Mo Salah. Is there any chance that Liverpool and Salah could consider a move in the summer? He said in this moment there is interest for sure, because obviously we are talking about a fantastic player in Mo Salah, so it's impossible for any club not to be interested in him. But at the moment there is nothing advanced with his agent or with Liverpool. Liverpool have not received anything from these clubs, so they were a bit surprised, but they know that what Salah said is, one day I would like to play for these clubs. And this is normal, because we are talking about 2 really huge clubs, Real Madrid and Barcelona, and also to change leagues. So his agent is negotiating with the club to understand what's going on for the new contract. They are not negotiating right now, but for sure the concept of Salah will be something they talk about like in the next year. So we will see, but for sure at the moment Liverpool are really calm about the situation of Salah. They are happy with him, and they are concentrating more on other players like Fabinho, Van Dijk extending their contracts, and then we will see what's going on with Salah. The next question was also interesting. Do you think Wijnaldum is going to leave Liverpool this summer? And if so, is he going to go and join Barcelona? I have to be honest with you, talking with people around Gini, I've been told that he has been respectful to Liverpool. So he said, like before Christmas, he spoke with the club, he he received a new bid from Liverpool, a new contract offer, like in the first week of December, to try to extend his contract, and it was not an amazing bid in Genie's idea. He was expecting something different, but he said, okay, let's take some time. I want to speak with my family. I want to decide in the next week, so give me some time to decide, and I won't talk with any other clubs. If he will refuse Liverpool, for sure Barcelona will be one of the options, because as you said last summer, they were pushing and pushing to get him. Pay attention to the situation of Koeman, because the man who wanted Wijnaldum at Barcelona was Ronald Koeman, and still is Ronald Koeman. He loves Wijnaldum. He had him obviously training with the Dutch national team. But if the new president of Barcelona will change the situation and will go for a different manager next season, I don't know if Barcelona will go for Wijnaldum. So then at the moment, that's the situation around Gini Wijnaldum's contract. And also Fabrizio Romano was asked, do you expect Kylian Mbappe to sign a new contract at PSG? And if not, is a move to Liverpool something that could be on the horizon? The answer to that was, he's negotiating with PSG. He's negotiating, and PSG president Al Khalifi is always also optimistic, and you know, having a lot of money makes it so easy to try and tie Mbappe down to a new deal. But obviously it's up to the player to find an agreement on a contract. And when you talk with players like Mbappe, like Neymar, it is not a normal contract. If Mbappe will not stay at the PSG, obviously we have to keep up with all the top clubs trying. And I won't mention like Liverpool or Barcelona or others or Real Madrid, because all the top clubs will be ready to try and sign Mbappe. So at the moment I see Paris Saint-Germain really pushing to try, and when you talk with PSG about new signings, they say our new signings will be keeping Mbappe and Neymar at the club. So they are working with all their energies on this deal, and they are convinced they will go till the summer trying to keep Mbappe for next season and for the future of the club. So I think that is very interesting, and Mbappe's future could be tied to Messi either leaving Barcelona or staying in Barcelona. He has been linked with PSG and Manchester City, and this is what Fabrizio Romano said. So what Messi said to his father, to his manager and people he has around him is, I want to wait for the new president, for the new board, for the project they have, for the future of Barcelona, because Messi wants to win. He wants to be back at the top level, not just by himself, because as you say, this is one of the best players in the world, if not the best one, and for sure he wants to win with Barcelona. So he's going to talk with the new president, who will be elected at the end of the month, and then he will make a decision on if he and his family will still live in Barcelona or if he will be joining another club. So it will be, I think, in 1 or 2 months when we will understand if he will leave Barcelona, and then till the summer he will start talks with other clubs and decide where he's going, if he will leave Barcelona. I'm not sure he's leaving, just because, as I said, it's up to the player, and when it's up to these kind of players, it's really difficult to understand what will be part of the future if you have the elections of the club, because when you have the elections, it's going to change the president, and we know that Messi has a lot of problems with the president, the last one, Bartomeu, and the board. If I have to tell you about these rumors about PSG and Man City, it is true that they are the two clubs who can afford the salary of Messi, the project of Leo Messi, because when you sign your Messi, you are not just signing a player. I still remember when I was speaking with people around Juventus when they signed Cristiano Ronaldo from Real Madrid. They said, we are not just signing the player, we signed like a company, because Cristiano Ronaldo is not just a player, and this is the same for Messi. So who is going to sign Messi? We don't know at the moment, but for sure these two clubs, PSG and Man City, they can try for Leo Messi. So if they are ready, if Messi decides to leave the club, they will try. If not, he obviously will stay in Barca. So I think that is very interesting. If Messi is happy with the new president and with the direction the new president wants to take Barcelona, then he will stay. But if not, it's a big possibility that Messi could leave Liverpool, could leave Barcelona, and then he might go to PSG, and then PSG might have to sell Mbappe, and that could start the transfers rolling, and then Liverpool might bring in Mbappe. So who knows what happens, but the football world is very interesting, and the transfer window, one transfer can all get the ball rolling, if you like. Another interesting consequence of a new president elected in Barcelona could be that Ronald Koeman might be sacked. He might not be the Barcelona manager next season. So where does that leave Wijnaldum? Maybe Wijnaldum's dream move is to sign his last big contract in Barcelona and play for Barcelona. But a different manager, a new manager, might not want to bring Wijnaldum to Barcelona. So I think that's why Wijnaldum is keeping his options open, basically. And Jurgen Klopp also offered an injury update on Naby Keita, Joel Matip and Diogo Jota during his pre-Aston Villa press conference. And he said Naby Keita will return soon, but not for the Aston Villa game. And Matip will be assessed before the Manchester United game. So there is a chance that Matip could be fit for Man United. We will try working on that, obviously. Until the United game, we still have 9 days around about, so we try. So he is in a good way, but if it will be Man United or a few days later, I don't know. After the Man United game, we will obviously play every 3 days again. So I think that's pretty sure. But for the Man United game, we will see. And Jota's injury is still a few weeks away from healing. It will still take time. He's still wearing a brace, so that means he's still a few weeks away from team training. There is nothing really to say. It takes time for Jota's injury to heal. There was no surgery needed, which was good, but it was a proper injury. It is not like a little knock on something or something. It will still take time, so there is no real time frame there. So I'm suspending the beginning of February is where Jota might return. And James Milner was actually pretty openly critical about Liverpool's performances lately, and also the performance in the first half. He said that one of the Aston Villa players told him that they haven't played football for 2 months. And that's the kind of team that Liverpool were up against, and we still struggled to break them down in the first half. I mean, in terms of goal scoring, because yes, we created loads of chances, but that has been the story for the last 3 games. We created chances without scoring goals. And Milner said, I think obviously we needed to do some things better. I think we started pretty well with the counter pressing and pressed on the ball, but then maybe didn't get it right, especially for the goal. We let them out of a couple of situations in the corner where they shouldn't have got out. They are good players. They are at Aston Villa for a reason. One of their lads said he hadn't played for 2 months. Every single time you are not quite there, you are going to get punished. They took the goal and we had to lift ourselves again, and thankfully we did. And Xherdan Shaqiri was such a breath of fresh air when he came on. He got 2 assists and he was a really enjoyable player to watch, and also the enjoyable performance from Xherdan Shaqiri. And Xherdan Shaqiri said, I'm fit again and back, I'm feeling good, I'm ready to play, I'm looking forward to the next games and the second half of the season to try to help the team for a lot of achievement. I'm looking forward. It's normal if you are injured or you cannot help the team that you are frustrated. You are at home looking at your teammates on TV and you want to be there too. But this is part of football, part of life. I worked hard to be back, so I'm really happy now with the team. I'm trying now to help my team if I play and try to win games, which is the most important thing for us. At the moment, I'm trying to help with my ability. We are good in the moment, but we need to work hard. If we work hard and then when we are at the top of our level, then it's very difficult to play against us. And I think Shaqiri needs to play more. He could be a game changer in the second half of the season. He's almost as creative as Thiago, and we need more creative midfielders because that's what has been missing in the last few games, I think, for Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp was very pleased with the second half. He said the boys did really well. The kids of Aston Villa did really well. We were organized and all that stuff. It was clear we scored an early goal, a nice one, and then we didn't play quick enough anymore. Didn't move the ball fast enough. Didn't play the right spaces. These are football problems, and with the football problem, we solved these problems with football in the second half. So I'm really fine with it. It was a tricky one. I've never before had this kind of challenge in my life that you have no idea who you are playing against. Absolutely no idea. That you prepare a meeting and then you can throw all the preparation, all the videos in the bin, and then you have to start new. That's football, and academy players are good players. Last year we played here with our kids and they gave Aston Villa a proper game as well. That's just how it is. These young kids can all play football, and if you don't play well against them, you have problems. Second half we played exactly like we should have played from the beginning, and that's why we won really the right way. And Henderson and Thiago being substituted was clear before the game that we would do it like this. Each of them gets 45 minutes, absolutely no problem, and no reservations. We trust the authorities. We had our test results come back yesterday as well. Everybody was negative. Then the FA did what they thought is right with the under 23s. They got tested. We got the results this morning. I think at 10 o'clock we were on the car park at the airport. Then everything is fine. And we trained it like this, that Minamino will start on the left, Mane in the middle, and we prepared it for the Aston Villa first team. We wanted Sadio much more keeping the centre halves together, pretty much offering and being a threat in behind the last line, and using Taki actually offensively completely on his position between the lines on a rather number 10 change. But Sadio can play this position, and then you obviously have to change sometimes. Taki can play the other position as well, because there is not a big change for him. He's just an offensive player and he can move in his comfortable areas. And yes, sometimes Minamino played up front and Mane on the left, sometimes Minamino on the left and Mane up front. I think it worked better when Mane was on the left, because he could run at the defenders. But to be honest, Mane scored 2 headers from the middle, so he can play as a striker, and he scored 2 goals, and it was a good performance from Sadio Mane, and hopefully he will now start scoring goals regularly. And that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you later. Goodbye.